In this next topic, you might have just saw that the Model X standard range just got released. It's got a newer, lower price, but it's also got a really low range. So we'll talk about why I think and why probably a lot of people think that you should not buy a Model X standard range and you should probably buy this instead. But we'll make the case for both and take a look at it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, so definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. Shout out to Sawyer. He posted this quote: "For those interested in the standard range Model X, unless you really need the extra space, I strongly recommend you get a Model Y long range instead." So taking a look at the stats between a Model X standard range at 88,490, a 260 mile range, which when I first saw that, I definitely thought it was on the lower side and really not usable at all, especially for a big vehicle like that. Model Y standard range, I could see it making sense because it could be more of a daily drivable vehicle, and so that would be a little bit better in its smaller case. But 0 to 60 and 4.4 not eligible for the EV tax credit, and length 199. But the one thing to keep in mind here is if you take a look at current Model X's in inventory, there's very commonly $9,500 discounts plus an extra $1,000 if you use a Tesla referral code like the one down below in the description. So really, we should be kind of comparing it. I mean, it's not there yet, but $78,000 give or take for a Model X standard range. Of course, you can compare this to a Model Y long range, much bigger savings in terms of price, almost $28,000 to $38,000 less. Of course, you do get the $7,500 federal tax credit, which is massive. You can get 7 seats, even though those 7 seats are super tiny, and of course it's going to have a longer range. But the one thing that's the big difference between a Model X and a Model Y, the Model X is slightly, I wouldn't call it 100% luxury, but it is a couple notches in the right direction for luxury. Model X has air suspension, it's got a little bit more premium quality features, and it has like a bigger screen, and also with the tilt feature. So it is just like that much more luxury, along with like ventilated seats. But the biggest thing to me versus the Model X and Model Y is it's just a little bit more comfortable at the end of the day with the air suspension. But leave it to Ethan, who posted this: Model X features unavailable in the Model Y, which is completely correct. Ventilated seats, automatic front and Falcon wing doors, which I do like the front doors a lot on the Model X, but the Falcon wing doors on our Model X has definitely been a ton of a headache. We've been to service 5 or 6 times in the past month, and I still have to go back, and it's still not fixed yet. So we'll just leave it to be on that. Larger display, which makes sense. Rear passenger screen, that's pretty nice. 22-inch wheel option if you're into that, and a cream interior option and more. So there are certainly a ton of different features, but the question is the Model X $30,000 more in more value than the Model Y? Really depends at the end of the day. And of course, if you're a business owner, then of course the Model X is $1,000 going to make more sense at the end of the day. Even if you're like a sole prop or someone has their own side hustle or business, then a Model X will definitely make more sense at the end of the day. But let me know what your thoughts on it. Let me know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the next topic. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is the Patreon link. You support the channel and get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there with all the best interest rates for financing your Tesla. So definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description.